I'm here at the MTW bootcamp, sitting with Sunde and Abe. Starting off where you probably thought your WCG Games 2010 participation would end. You lost against Poon Handlers, Danish WCG Games qualifier. What went through your mind when you lost this, and how did it feel afterwards, realizing you weren't going to WCG Games?
For me personally, it was obviously we were so disappointed because, as well as everybody else, or at least a lot of people, we expected to win this. And we never take it for granted, and we don't take it for given that we're gonna win it, but we expect to win still. And then losing it was so hard. It's like seeing the biggest tournament of the year, just losing the opportunity to participate. And obviously we're really disappointed in how we played, and they, not taking anything away from them, they played really well that day. And I think it was a matter of them playing better on the day than we did.
Returning from Samsung European Championship with the second place, you got the message that the organizers had expanded the slots for Denmark. Did it feel like Christmas came early, or did you feel like it was deserved? Or
yeah, I think it was deserved. I mean, I believe the top two Danish team is maybe not as good as the Swedish ones, but still pretty close. So I feel like we deserve 2 spots, and I'm really grateful that we had the opportunity to do it this year.
Of recent results, we have seen you place second at Samsung European Championship, losing to SK, but then also winning the prolonged EPS Nordic final against Fnatic. Are you happy with your recent results, or is there a lot of improvement to be done prior to this tournament?
Yeah, I'm not, I wouldn't say I would like to win every time, so I'm not that happy with our second place at SEC. But still, I feel like we are pretty stable, and we usually perform to a top 3 placement. And as long as we can keep on doing that, then some more wins hopefully will come along the way.
So WCG Games is just around the corner, and you're currently here boot camping. Tell us a bit about the preparations after you received the message that you were going to WCG Games after all. I'm sure the preparation started a long time before this boot camp.
Yeah, obviously we were surprised that we were given the opportunity to participate as well, and we all just immediately agreed to playing as much as we. Obviously, every time we attend a big tournament, we want to play as much as we can, but we just give it like 120% now, not just 100%, and we're so motivated, and we played a lot, and I mean, yeah, it's like that every time we go to a tournament, but you kind of want to give something back, because now you feel like now we gotten this really good opportunity, and we really want to not give something back, but just prove ourselves worthy of the opportunity.
A boot camp has been something regular for you guys prior to a big tournament. Could you try to describe what a boot camp is like? What are you doing at boot camp? Most people just think, well, people just play, but I assume there's a lot more to it. Is it socializing with each other before going, or what's done in order to be ready as a team?
I think at a boot camp you have an environment where you're really focused on playing CS. Much more than when you sit at home. Then it's more like, yeah, you play like 3-4 hours and then you don't play anymore. But at a boot camp you're really like, you can only play Counter-Strike at a boot camp. You can't like go out and hang out with friends. That would be really stupid. So you're much more focused and all that, and you can sit around a computer all together and make up new tactics, and it's much easier than compared to online.
So your group for WCG Games consists of a team from Azerbaijan and from Belarus. What is your comment on these teams? Do you even know them? Are there any reasons to study them, or?
Personally, I don't think there's a reason to study them. We should really be able to beat those teams without having to study them, or there should be no troubles for us proceeding from the group stage, and I think we all agree on that. So we kind of look a bit forward, a bit ahead, and just focus on the harder matches that are gonna come.
As you mentioned,
Belarus is pretty good. I know, at least they are not like really bad. I know Belarus. I think they won over a pretty good team at the last WCG, so we have to look out for them.
And I'm sure if you, as you mentioned, you have your focus on the tougher matches. Looking a bit into the playoffs, you're likely to once again face off against the Ukrainian team Navi. Once again, it will be a match before the final. And seeing as you haven't won a single match against them, or you have won a map, but you haven't been able to defeat them. This matchup is the one you're prepared for this tournament, or how are you gonna?
You can put it a bit like that. I mean, that is the match that is in our head. I mean, obviously we don't take anything for granted, as I said, but like saying we continue from the group stage and are going to face off against Navi, we're gonna do everything we can, and we've already been talking about that match, and we're gonna prepare us as well as we possibly can against Navi. And I don't think that, I mean, obviously we're underdogs, but a lot of the matches we had against them were really, really tight, and they could have easily gone to in our favor, and we just need that a bit of extra luck, and I think it'll be our match.
Other than Navi and you guys, looking a bit on the other teams participating, what are the big candidates to walk away with the trophy this year?
I think SK and Team FX are the obvious candidates. Also Navi, of course, but I also believe that our Danish, the other Danish team is really good, and they could surprise some people that I think a lot of the other top teams don't expect them to play that well, so they'll probably be a bit surprised.
They're a bit like Lions, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not to be underestimated in any way, and if you underestimate them, you might lose to them really easy, because they're not a bad team at all, and they have the strats and everything going for them. They just don't have the experience yet. So if they get on a roll and start shooting headshot, they might be really hard to stop.
And the Americans, Team EG, just changed one player. What's your comment on this?
Yeah, they won't have Lurpes with them, so I don't know how they will perform without him. He's obviously the in-game leader and all that, so. But they have some really good skill players and all that, so they can do some damage. But I don't consider them. I would be surprised to see them in the final, I'd say.
Yeah, they played really well the last tournaments, and they beat Fnatic, but I mean they might still be riding the wave of victory, and I think they're gonna play pretty well and probably feel a bit confident. But yeah, as Alex said, they're lacking two of their players, and that's gonna be a huge difference in their play.
In our interview with Freeze, he mentioned that a dream final to him would be two Danish teams if it would end up being possible. Do you feel the same way, or is there a different team you'd rather face off, having some rivalries, or is it all Danish team final perfect for you guys?
Personally, I would rather beat a team like Navi in the final. Obviously that's not going to happen now, but with that said, I really hope that our Danish friends are going to go as far as they possibly can without beating us, obviously. And if we somehow happen to get knocked out of the tournament before they do, I'm going to cheer for them, and I'm going to hope they win it. So it's like that for me, but I'd rather beat a team like Navi or some team that we had a rivalry with for a longer time.
Yeah, I think the same about the situation. I don't think it could be possible to play Navi in the final if they end up being number 2 in their group, but I think that's pretty unlikely, but we'll see.
And speaking of your countrymen, what chances do you see them have at World Cyber Games? They're a pretty new team, and it will be the first international show for them. Any advice to them, as you guys are pretty experienced in big tournaments, and in particular World Cyber Games?
I think the advice would just be like, play like they do online, play like there's no nerves, or like there's nothing to win, nothing to lose. But obviously that's so easy to say and so hard to just master and do. So I think they're gonna do well if they've been playing really good in practice as well, and I think they should just continue playing how they do now.
Goal at World Cyber Games, you had 3 medals in the last 3 years, one of each kind. Going for gold again, or? Yeah,
we definitely want to place top 3 again. We're really grateful that we had the help from the Danish organizers, so we could come to play the tournament. So now we just want to prove that we can that it was deserved that we came.
Any final words?
Mart. Nå. Ej, jeg er død.
Så du græmmer der. Kigger du over på mig, eller hvad?
Okay, det er fint.
Du er sådan en nar.